It's none of my business what other people think of me. Welcome back to SuccessWithChris.com. I'm your host, Chris O'Neill, of the internet's most successful blog. That's a message that you have to get in your head right away. If you're going to the top, if you're reaching for your goal, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. Now, yesterday, I had an awesome experience at the blood donor clinic. Why? Because it was kind of nerve-wracking for me to go out and have people standing around while I'm doing this blog. Perfect strangers laying in beds beside me, nurses standing there, pricking my arm, waiting for me to do my blog post so they can ask me questions. And it was a great experience because I was afraid. I usually try to do these blog posts alone, sometimes in different areas, but I try to kind of stay away from people because it is, a little bit kind of strange when you're holding the camera by yourself, pointed at you and talking to it, right? So it was a very awesome experience, and what I get out of that, and I've used this for myself many times, is that I always say to myself when I get scared, it's none of my business what other people think of me. I forget where that quote came from. I heard that from somebody, but it is really an awesome thing to use when you're stepping out of your comfort zone, when you're scared, when you're worried about things like that. I can tell you, Bob Proctor is a great mentor of mine, and he always talks about, other people don't think about you. People are always saying, what does the neighbor think, is what he'll say, right? And he found out they don't, right? Because people are never thinking about you. Sorry, it's just the way it is. It's very disappointing sometimes because, you want people to think of you, right? And sometimes the only time they're really thinking about you is when they're wondering what you're thinking of them. Okay? And you have to remember that. It's very, very important because people are going to give you their opinion. Some people are going to give you their opinion whether you like it or not. Some people are going to give you their negative opinion because they don't want you to reach your goals. That may be consciously or subconsciously. They don't want that. But bottom line is you're going to change a little bit, and people are afraid to change. It's just the way it is. So who cares what they think about you? You're after your goal. You're the only one that has to be caring about that goal. You're the only one that has to be happy with what you're doing. Nobody else. If everybody got happy over the same thing and had the same goals, life would be very boring, right? I mean, it would be really, really bad and really boring for everybody. So my advice is don't care. I mean, I'm reading a book by Gary Vaynerchuk right now, Crush It, and he says he doesn't care what anybody thinks of him, but he does listen to what they say. In other words, they maybe have some good advice and some good feedback for you. It may be negative that you don't like, but you should look at it and evaluate it to see if it is something that you should, consider, right? Maybe it is the truth. Maybe you are a jerk, right? Or whatever it is, right? So you have to consider what they think or say about you, but you don't have to care about what they say. So it doesn't matter. And I heard a great quote a long time ago, is live by the 20, 40, 60 rule. At the age of 20, you really are trying to impress everybody, right? You want everybody to think cool things of you and all that jazz. When you hit 40, you don't care what other people think of you. You couldn't care less. You go out there and you don't care if you get people angry at you or whatever, right? And at age 60, you realize that nobody cared about you the whole time. Your whole life, nobody's really cared. Nobody's ever thought two thoughts. When I was doing that post yesterday, I know that probably a minute after I was done it, nobody remembered. Not one person. The people laying in the beds beside me that were, right close to me, the nurses that were standing there, poking needles in me, none of them probably remembered 60 seconds after I was done. So if I hadn't done that, I wanted to do it because, it was kind of just a cool intro for my video, but I really wanted to, do that for myself. Now my dog's growling in the back seat here because I'm sitting outside waiting for my daughter to finish her piano lesson, but it's very, so I lost my train of thought there. Anyways, so it was an awesome, awesome experience because I'm the only one that had to benefit from that. Nobody else cared one bit. It didn't hurt anybody. It didn't disappoint anybody. Nobody really cared, right? In the end, I'm the only one that cared, and I'm the only one that's going to benefit, and I would have been the only one that would have lost if I hadn't done it. That's the bottom line. you are the only one, if you start caring what other people think, that is going to lose. If you do it, regardless of what other people think of you, you are the only one that's going to benefit. Now, yeah, there's going to be some other people that will benefit from that as well, but bottom line is that it's your life, your goal. You're paying, again, your life for that goal. So who cares? That's all I have for you. My name's Chris O'Neill, and you have a wonderful day. Bye now.